Hi everyone, welcome back to our channel. In today's session, we are going to start the next poem, that is The Schoolboy. This poem is written by William Blake. Firstly, let us know about the writer William Blake. William Blake was born on 28th of November in the year 1757 in London. He was an English poet, painter and printmaker. He was known for his expressiveness and creativity. His paintings and poetry are a part of Romantic moment. It is an era in English literature. His notable works are Songs of Innocence and of Experience, The Marriage of Heaven and Hell, The Four Joas, Jerusalem, Milton, and so on. These are the famous books written by William Blake. And lastly, he died on 12th August in the year 1827 at the age of 69 in London. This is the brief introduction of author William Blake. Now let us start the poem. The Schoolboy. Here we have the introductory line. The schoolboy in the poem is not a happy child. What make him unhappy? Why does he compare himself to a bird that lives in a case or a plant that withers when it should blossom? The speaker in this poem is a young child. He is unhappy. He compares himself to a bird that lives in a case, preserved bird, and he compares himself to a plant that is dried off, that is wither, right? Let us know the reason behind his sadness, right? First stanza, I'll recite it. Listen. I love to rise in a summer morn when the birds sing on every tree. The distant huntsman winds his horn, and the skylark sings with me. Oh, what sweet company! But to go to school in a summer morn, oh, it drives all joy away. Under a cruel eye outward, the little ones spend the day in a sighing and dismay. Then at times I drooping sit, and I spend many an anxious hour. Nor in my book can I take a delight, nor sit in learning bower, o'erthrown with a dreary shower. How can the bird that is born for joy sit in a cage and sing? How can a child, when fears annoy, but droop his tender wing and forget his youthful spring? O father and mother, if birds are nipped, O father and mother, if buds are nipped and blossoms blown away, and if the tender plants are stripped of their joy in the springing day, by sorrow and care's dismay, how shall the summer arise in joy, or the summer fruits appear? This is poem written by William Blake. Here we have the list of new words. Nipped. Nipped means to nip something in the bud is to stop or destroy it at an early stage of its development. That means cut. Stripped means deprived, pulled. Plants stripped of joy means if joy is taken away from plants. Let's start the poem. I love to rise in a summer morn when the birds sing on every tree, the distant huntsman winds his horn, and the skylark sings with me. Oh, what sweet company! Here I represent the speaker, that is a schoolboy in this poem. Morn means morning, distant means far, huntsman means hunter, skylark is a bird, a kind of bird. Let us know the meaning of this stanza. I love to rise in a summer morning means I like to wake up early in the summer morning. When the birds sing on every tree, when the birds chirp in the morning, chirping sound of the bird, right? They sing melodiously in the morning. That feels very attractive, right? The distant huntsman winds his horn. The distant huntsman comes for hunting, and the skylark sings with me. The skylark bird sings with the author. That is a sweet company for him. Oh, what sweet company! This is the meaning. Now, next stanza. But to go to school in a summer morn, oh, it drives all joy away. Under a cruel eye outward, the little ones spend the day in sighing and dismay. Outward means tired. Under a cruel eye, it refers under strict supervision of teacher, that is observed by others. Sharp eyesight, eagle's eye we say. Dismay means sadness. The boy feels very happy in the morning when he wakes up because of the company he has, the sweet birds which they sing melodiously, and huntsman, the skylark. Everything is good. But when he gets ready to school, that becomes sad thing for him. But to go to school in a summer, oh, it derives all joy away. But to go to school in the summer morn, that all the things will be turned black. It derives all joy away. Under a cruel eye outward, he feels restless under the observation of teacher. That is referred here under a cruel eye, supervision of a teacher. The little ones spend the day in sighing and dismay. The little ones means the little boy spend the day in sighing and dismay. Sighing is the relaxation, right? Dismay means sadness. The child spent the day in sadness. Then at times I drooping sit. Then at times I drooping sit and spend many an anxious hour. Nor in my book can I take delight, nor sit in learning bower, worn through with the dreary shower. Here drooping sit means sit bent due to the tiredness or boredom. Sit in a bent posture, sitting in a bent posture because of tiredness or boredom. Anxious means nervous, anxiety. And learning about a garden where he can be taught in an interesting way by nature and not by a teacher. Worn means tired, and dreary means boring. When he comes to the school at that time, he feels that it is something uninteresting. So he sits in a posture that he is feeling restless, tiredness, right? Drooping sit, he sits with bent back, right? And spend many an anxious hour. He spent the whole day nervously. Anxious hour means nervous. He spent the entire day nervously in the school. Nor in my book can I take delight. He doesn't find any happiness in the book. Delight means happiness. Nor sit in learning bower. He doesn't find any happiness even in garden where he can be taught very happily by the nature, not by the teacher. Worn through with the dreary shower. That he feels restless with dreary shower means boring that blames he gets from the teacher. Right? Next one. How can the bird that is born for joy sit in a cage and sing? How can a child, when fears annoy, but droop his tender wing and forget his youthful spring? Droop means bend, tender means soft. Here we can find the comparison between a caged bird and the schoolboy. How can the bird that is born for joy sit in a cage and sing? The birds are made for freedom and sing melodiously. But if they are brought and kept in the prison, do they feel comfortable? No. Do they feel happy? No. Right? In the same manner, the schoolboys are made to enjoy their childhood. If they are observed or taken care strictly, they won't enjoy their childhood. How can the bird that is born for joy sit in a cage and sing? If the free bird is brought and kept in the prison, does it sing melodiously? No, it is not possible. In the same manner, how can a child, when fears annoy, but droop his tender wings? But how can a child that it wants to enjoys its childhood if it made to have the restricted or very strict atmosphere, it doesn't enjoy, right? But droop his tender wings, his soft wings will be bent. You can observe this picture, the prisoned bird and the school boy, and forget his useful spring, that The youthful spring means his childhood, that he forgets the happiness in the childhood. O father and mother, if buds are nipped and blossoms blown away. O father and mother means O parents, if the buds are nipped, the buds before blooming, if they are cut, where do we find the fragrance? And blossoms blown away, it washed away. And if the tender plants are stripped of their joy in the springing day, if the tender, if the soft plants are pulled, uprooted, where do we find the springing day, the happiness in the springing day? By sorrow and case dismay, everything ends with a shock. How shall the summer arise in joy, or the summer fruits appear? If the plants are uprooted or deprived, where we find the fruits? No, it is not possible. So, in the same manner, we can find the comparison between two things here, a prisoned bird and a schoolboy. O father and mother, if buds are nipped and blossoms blown away, and if the tender plants are stripped of their joy in the springing day by sorrows and case dismay, how shall the summer arise in joy, or the summer fruits appear? This is the comparison between a damaged plant and the schoolboy. The plant should be taken care in a good manner, as well as the school children should be treated in good manner. If they are in the restricted, very strict atmosphere, they won't enjoy their childhood. That school activities and even at home they feel it is burden. Right? This is the meaning of the poem. I hope you understood this. Recite this poem again and again. Be ready for the discussion of the summary of this poem. Thank you. Have a nice day.